to Invision Healthy Living. Today, I am doing this video alone, well, with my teddy bear who will be listening, because Hope is behind at the camera, and today we will be reading a book. We are reading a book today because it's kind of the season when you should be reading a lot for the holidays with your family. Just get a nice blanket and one of your toys. So we will be reading this book called The True Story of the Three Little Pigs. Now let's get started. As told to John Scieszka, illustrated by Lane Smith. I'm the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of our diet. Hey, it's not my fault wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies, sheep, and pigs. It's just the way we are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too. But like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing is all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. This is the real story. Way back in once upon a time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny. I had a terrible sneezing cold. I ran out of sugar. So I walked down the street to my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now this neighbor was a pig. And he wasn't too bright either. He built his whole house of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, who in their right mind would build a house of straw? So of course, the minute I knocked on the door, it fell right in. I didn't want to just walk into someone's house, so I called, little pig, are you in? No answer. I was just about to go home without the cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. That's when my nose started to itch. I felt a sneeze coming on. Well, I huffed and I snuffed and I sneezed a great big sneeze. And you know what? The whole darn house fell down. And right in the middle of the pile straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. He had been home the whole time. It seems like a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner lying in the straw, so I ate it up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just lying there. I was feeling a little better, but I still didn't have my cup of sugar, so I went to the next neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter, but not much. He had built his house of sticks. I rang the bell on the stick house. Nobody answered. I called, Mr. Pig, are you in? He yelled back, go away, wolf, you can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin. I had just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming on. I huffed and I snuffed and I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great sneeze. And you're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother's. When the dust cleared, there, the second little pig, dead as a doornail. Wolf's honor. Now, you know, food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open, so I did the only thing there was to do. I had dinner again. Think of it as a second helping. I was getting awfully full, but my cold was feeling a little better, and I still didn't have that cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next neighbor's house. The first and second pig's brother. He must have been the brain of the family. He built his house of bricks. I knocked on the brick's house. No answer. I called, Mr. Pig, are you in? And do you know what that rude little porker answered? Get out of here, wolf. Don't bother me again. Talk about impolite. He probably had a whole sack of sugar, and he wouldn't give me even one little cup for my dear old granny's birthday cake. What a pig! I was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake. When I felt my cold coming on, I huffed and I snuffed and I sneezed once again. Then the third little pig yelled, "And your granny can sit on a pig." Now I'm usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my granny like that, I get a little crazy. When the cops drove up, of course, I was trying to break down that pig's door. And the whole time, I was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a real scene. And the rest, they say, is history. The news reporters found out about the 2 pigs I had for dinner. They figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting, so they jazzed up the story with all this huffing and puffing and blowing your house down. And they made me the big bad wolf. That's it, the real story. I was framed. But maybe you could loan me a cup of sugar? So guys, that is the book. It is really a pretty funny book. It's kind of sad ending, but also kind of funny with that little joke. He did get framed, and that really was unfair, but I still think those 2 little pigs he ate, he didn't have to eat them. But it was a little twist to the story, and yeah, it was a really good story. I liked it a lot. And if you guys want this book, you should go to your local library, look The True Story of the 3 Little Pigs, as told to John Scieszka, illustrated by Lane Smith. It is a great book. I do recommend to first to second graders. It is an amazing book. It's a pretty easy read, and I just love it and I recommend it. So, if you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, share with all your friends and family, and also check out our website, envisionhopehealthyliving.com, and our Twitter, envisionhopehealthyliving.com.